I will be going over the design and architecture slide for our application. We can start by looking at a simple component diagram at the top left of our slide. We can see that our application will consist of three main components: the user interface, the profile, and the database. We'll start looking at the user interface, which is obviously what the client will use to interact directly with our application. In Flutter, which is what we're using to build our application, this is built using widgets. And these widgets actually allow the user interface to interact directly with the main application source code. And the source code is where the profile component will be built. So the profile component can best be thought of as a class type of object that can access all of the data that will be necessary for a business card, such as company name, contact information, etc. It will also have self-referential data, so a profile can point to other profiles or lists of profiles, so that way you can display friends, followers, etc. And to access this data, which will actually be stored in the database, it will need to use the API. And that way it can fetch the data and then give it to the user interface, display it to the end user. So to get a little better look at how all these layers interact and exchange data, we can look at the graphic on the right side of the slide, which displays all of the layers. So again, we'll start at the top, the client layer, and we can see that they interact with our application through various displays and screens that we'll have. And these displays all interface with the core platform, which again is our source code, actually written in Dart for Flutter. And here in the Dart code, we will build the profile component. And the source code can also interact with various services. And one of those services you can see will be our user data, which it gets through the API itself, its own layer. And this API then interacts with the database, so they can exchange information, obviously where all of the necessary information for our business card app is stored.